Hey guys! So, I was thinking the other day, and it's kind of wild how everyone just feels love differently, right? It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal, which honestly makes so much sense when you actually stop and think about it. Have you ever heard of the 5 love languages? It's this whole concept that basically says we all have specific ways we prefer to give and receive love. It's as if we're all tuned into different love frequencies. And if you're not on the same wavelength as someone, it can get a little staticky. Or you could be showering someone with affection, but if it's not their kind of affection, it might not even register. It's honestly fascinating because I used to think if I loved someone, they'd just know it because, well, I was being loving. But loving to me might be totally different from what loving means to them. Maybe I'm all about telling someone they're amazing, but they're really just waiting for a hug, you know? Or I'm buying them little things, but they just want to sit and talk with me without our phones for an hour. It's a whole thing, and it can genuinely change how you see your relationships, not just romantic ones, but with your friends, your family, literally everyone. So that's what we're diving into today. We're going to break down each of these 5 love languages. I'm talking words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. We'll get into what each one actually means, and I'll try to give some real-life examples so it all makes a bit more sense. Because honestly, understanding this stuff can be a total game changer for connecting with people on a deeper level. It's like getting a secret decoder ring for human connection. And who wouldn't want that? Let's get into it. Okay, so first up is words of affirmation. This one is pretty straightforward, but also super powerful. If this is your love language or someone you care about, then hearing positive, encouraging, and affirming words is what really makes you feel loved and appreciated. It's not just about generic compliments, though those are nice too, obviously. It's more about hearing things that are specific and genuine. Think about it. Someone saying, "You look nice today," is sweet, but someone saying, "I really admire how you handled that tough situation today. You were so strong and thoughtful," that hits different, you know? It's about feeling seen and valued for who you are and what you do. For people whose primary love language is words of affirmation, negative or insulting comments can be extra damaging. It's as if their emotional fuel tank runs on kind words, so harsh words are like putting sugar in the gas tank. It just messes everything up. So, if you're trying to show love to someone like this, think about vocalizing your appreciation. Little things such as, "Thank you for making dinner, it was delicious," or "I'm so proud of you for going after that goal," can mean the absolute world. It's about being intentional with your words and using them to build someone up. It's not about being fake or over the top, but just genuinely expressing the good stuff you think and feel. And it's not just compliments either. It can be words of encouragement such as, "You've got this," when someone is feeling nervous, or "I believe in you" when they're facing a challenge. Even just saying "I love you" regularly and meaning it can be huge. It's about the verbal acknowledgement of care and support. I used to think this one was a bit much, always needing to hear things, but now I get it. If words are your love currency, then hearing them is like getting a direct deposit of affection straight into your heart account. It's about feeling verbally cherished and understood. So if you know someone like this, start talking. Next up, we have acts of service. Now this one is interesting because it's less about what you say and more about what you do. For people whose love language is acts of service, actions literally speak louder than words. They feel most loved and appreciated when people do thoughtful things for them. It's not about grand, over-the-top gestures all the time, though those can be nice too, I guess. It's more about the everyday things, the practical help that makes their life a little easier or shows you're thinking of them and their needs. It's, "I see you're overwhelmed. Let me take something off your plate." Think about it. If your partner knows you've had a super stressful week at work and they come home and have already made dinner, or they've done the laundry, or they took your car to get gas, that's not just them being helpful. For someone whose love language is acts of service, that's a massive declaration of love. It's about anticipating their needs and proactively doing something to meet them. It's the "let me help you with that" energy. For these people, laziness or making more work for them can feel a direct hit. You don't really care. It's the opposite of what makes them feel loved. So if you're trying to connect with an acts of service person, look for ways to lighten their load or make their day a bit smoother. This could be anything from making them a cup of coffee in the morning just the way they like it, to helping them with a project they're struggling with, or even just running an errand they've been dreading. The key here is that the act should be done out of genuine care and without expecting anything in return. It's about the thoughtfulness and effort behind the action. It's saying, I care about you so much, I want to make your life better in a tangible way. It's pretty beautiful, actually. All right, let's talk about receiving gifts. Now, this one can sometimes get a bad rap. People might think it's materialistic or something, but that's totally not what it's about. For someone whose love language is receiving gifts, a gift is a tangible symbol of love and affection. It's not about the price tag, not at all. It's about the thought, the effort, and the meaning behind the gift. A small, thoughtful present can speak volumes to them, making them feel seen, understood, and cherished. It's a physical reminder that someone was thinking of them. Think about it. If someone brings you your favorite obscure candy bar just because they saw it and thought of you, or they pick up a little souvenir on a trip because they knew you'd appreciate it, that's huge for a receiving gifts person. It shows that you're paying attention to their preferences, their likes and dislikes. It's the I saw this and thought of you sentiment that really resonates. Conversely, a forgotten birthday or anniversary, or a thoughtless gift, can be genuinely hurtful, not because of the lack of a gift itself, but because it can feel a lack of thought or care. The key here is the thoughtfulness. It could be a handmade card, a single flower picked from the garden, or something they mentioned wanting months ago that you remembered. It's about the gesture and the love it represents. It's not about extravagance, it's about connection. For these individuals, gifts are visual and physical representations of love. So if you're loving someone whose primary language is receiving gifts, don't stress about breaking the bank. Focus on being observant, listening for clues about what they might appreciate, and then delighting them with something that says, I was thinking of you, and you are loved. It's a really sweet way to connect, honestly. Okay, next on the list is quality time. And honestly, I feel this one is so important, especially in today's world where everyone is constantly distracted. If this is your love language, then what you crave most is someone's undivided attention. It's not just about being in the same room. It's about truly connecting, being present and focusing on each other. This means no phones, no TV in the background blaring, no scrolling through social media while you're supposedly hanging out. It's about creating moments where you feel you are the most important person in the world to them. For someone who thrives on quality time, things such as cancelled dates, constant distractions, or feeling they're not being listened to can be incredibly painful. It's as if you're offering them a watered-down version of what they truly need. Quality time is about quality over quantity too. A short, focused, meaningful conversation can be way more impactful than hours spent together but distracted. It's about that genuine, focused engagement. Think about activities where you can really connect, such as going for a walk and just talking, having a dedicated date night, or even just sitting on the couch and having a deep conversation without any interruptions. It's about making the other person feel heard, seen, and valued through your focused presence. This could also mean shared activities, doing a hobby together, cooking a meal side by side, or playing a game. The activity itself isn't always the point. The point is that you're doing it together, fully engaged with one another. It's about creating shared memories and fostering a sense of closeness. So if you want to show love to a quality time person, put away the distractions, make eye contact, listen actively, and just be with them. It's a powerful way to say, you are my priority right now, and I cherish this time with you. And who wouldn't love that? Last, but definitely not least, we have physical touch. And no, this isn't just about sexy time, though that can be a part of it for romantic relationships, obviously. This love language is much broader. For people whose primary love language is physical touch, appropriate physical expressions of affection are what make them feel secure, loved, and connected. This can be anything from a hug, holding hands, a pat on the back, a gentle touch on the arm, or just sitting close to someone on the couch while watching a movie. It's about that physical reassurance and closeness. Think about how a warm hug can instantly make you feel better when you're sad, or how holding someone's hand can feel so comforting. For someone whose love language is physical touch, these gestures are essential nutrients. Without them, they can feel isolated or unloved, even if you're saying all the right things or doing all the helpful stuff. It's the non-verbal communication of care and presence through touch that really resonates deeply with them. Of course, it's super important to be mindful of boundaries and consent here. Unwanted touch is never okay for anyone. But for those who value this language, appropriate touch is a powerful communicator of love. So if you're with someone who speaks this language, look for opportunities for those little moments of physical connection. A hug when you greet them or say goodbye, resting your head on their shoulder, a playful nudge, or even just a reassuring squeeze of the hand can mean so much. It's about understanding that for them, physical closeness is synonymous with emotional closeness. It's a direct line to their heart. It's saying, I'm here, I'm with you, and you are safe and loved. It's a very primal and comforting way to express and receive affection, and it's super important to a lot of people, even if they don't consciously realize it. Okay, so that was a whirlwind tour of the 5 love languages. It's kind of a lot to take in, I know, but hopefully it sheds some light on why we sometimes feel misunderstood in our relationships, or why certain gestures mean the world to us, while others just don't hit the same. The biggest takeaway, I think, is that everyone is genuinely different. The way you naturally show love might not be the way your partner, your friend, or your family member best love, and that's okay. It doesn't mean anyone is wrong, it just means we need to be a little more emotionally intelligent and observant. So I really encourage you to think about what makes you feel most loved. Which of these languages really resonated with you? Are you all about those heartfelt compliments? Or do you melt when someone takes a chore off your hands? Maybe a thoughtful little gift makes your day. Or you just crave that uninterrupted, focused time with someone. Or perhaps a comforting hug is all you need to feel cherished. Knowing your own love language is super empowering, because then you can actually communicate that to the people you care about. It's not about making demands, but more about giving them a roadmap to your heart. And hey, thanks so much for sticking with me and watching this. I hope it was helpful, or at least gave you something to think about. I'm super curious to hear your thoughts. What's your love language? Did any of this surprise you? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to read about your experiences and maybe share this with someone you think could use a little love language decoding in their life. Until next time, try to be a little more fluent in love. Bye!